The secret of using relative pronouns in defining clauses correctly. Hello, language explorers. Today, we will unlock another English language secret: the correct use of relative pronouns in defining clauses. Understanding this not only helps to make your English more accurate but also more expressive and dynamic. Let's get started. Before we dive into our main topic, let's briefly revisit what relative pronouns and defining clauses are. Relative pronouns are words like who, whom, whose, which, that. We use them to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. Defining clauses, also known as restrictive clauses, are clauses that provide essential information to identify the person or thing we are talking about. If you remove a defining clause, the meaning of the sentence changes significantly. Let's look at an example. The man who lives next door is a doctor. Here, who is the relative pronoun, and who lives next door is the defining clause that specifies which man we're talking about. Without this defining clause, we wouldn't know which man is the doctor. Now, one common mistake learners often make is misusing or omitting the relative pronoun in defining clauses. This can lead to confusing or incorrect sentences. Consider this sentence. I spoke to the woman sold me the car. This sentence is incorrect because the relative pronoun, who, or that, is missing after woman. The correct sentence should be, I spoke to the woman who sold me the car. Or, I spoke to the woman that sold me the car. These sentences now make sense because they correctly use a relative pronoun to link the defining clause with the main sentence. Let's look at some tips for using relative pronouns correctly in defining clauses. 1. Use that for things. Who for people. This is the general rule of thumb. For instance, this is the book that I recommended. Or, the person who called me was my brother. 2. Whose indicates possession. You can use whose for both people and things to show possession. For example, the woman whose car I borrowed is my friend. 3. Whom is used for the object of the verb or preposition. Though whom is less commonly used in everyday speech, it's still important in formal writing. Example: the man to whom I gave the book is my professor. That's it for today, language explorers. Remember, mastering relative pronouns in defining clauses is an essential step in leveling up your English skills. Keep practicing these principles, and you'll be a relative pronoun expert in no time. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.